afternoon and welcome to the Midday News here on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. I am Bhavita Gopalchan. Thank you so much for joining us. Top of the news at this time. The People's National Movement is calling on all fired CPAP workers to demand from government what is legally entitled to them through social assistance grants. PNM Chair Dr. Nian Gatsby-Dolly warned that silence is not an option, and the UNC has created a social crisis. At a news conference a short while ago, she revealed that displaced CPAP workers only received their last salary on Monday. With no income coming in for the ex-CPAP workers, Dr. Gatsby-Dolly said there are several grants available to the population, and she wants them to access all that is available. She said from temporary food cards to school supplies grant, affected workers should seek all they qualify for. The former education minister also said there is a legitimate worry that the children affected by the CPAP firings could turn to crime. She went on to accuse government of being callous with their handling of CPAP and said this is the same administration that seeks to brand itself as the People's Party. Meanwhile, former National Security Minister and top cop Gary Griffith is calling for an end to make work initiatives such as CPAP and URP, claiming they are being used to fuel criminal gangs in this country. Griffith says he had evidence of such during his tenure as National Security Minister and brought it to the government's attention. However, he believes there's little political will to stop utilizing state contracts for favor. He adds the effect is resulting in worsening grassroots criminality.
We continue to give major contracts to criminal elements, and they use the profit not to assist their community, but purchase more sophisticated weapons, even better than what the law enforcement have. They use the profits now to pay off rogue police officers to turn a blind eye, hire more, get more drug blocks, and put hits on other gang members to get their state contracts.
Griffith believes these shorter programs are only creating new avenues for corruption and suspects it will only continue under the new administration. He's calling for an end to CPAP, URP and other initiatives, saying it's time to consider other avenues to uplift people struggling for employment.
All of the CPAP, the URP, the DUDE, the Color Me Orange, the Hoop of Life, the Life Sport, madness. We have to stop this nonsense. It is nothing more than an avenue to give massive contracts to those people who supported you financially or in any way during an election campaign, or an avenue to give gang leaders major contracts that they're going to use as a byproduct to cause further crime. My take on it, shut it all down. It makes no sense.
Griffith was speaking on CNC3's The Morning Brew program when he revealed that he's willing to advise the new administration on matters of national security. But he's adamant that the government cannot legislate its way out of criminality. And former Public Utilities Minister Marvin Gonzalez is vehemently denying a claim that a multi-million-dollar WASA contract was awarded to a particular contractor with alleged PNM ties just weeks before the general election. Current Minister Barry Padarat accused the former PNM administration under Gonzalez's watch of awarding millions in contracts to a particular construction company. More specifically, he claimed that a sole select contract of $3.1 million was awarded to a PNM campaign manager and sub-agent days before the general election. At a news conference a short while ago, Gonzalez said that contract was awarded to Obson Construction Limited in March based on a scientific analysis on the water quality along Salazar Trace in Point Fortin. Gonzalez produced documents purporting to be from WASA, showing that 1,900 residents were exposed to unsafe drinking water. Gonzalez added the awarding of the contract was a matter of a public health emergency and had nothing to do with the upcoming election. He said Minister Padarat should have been aware of that, and he urged the population to be careful of what comes out of the mouth of the Public Utilities Minister. Now to this, local GPS tracking and vehicle security companies are willing to collaborate with the state on reducing vehicle theft and solving other major crimes in the country. According to insurance data, they presented only 30% of vehicles on the road are equipped with tracking devices, and many of those are inactive. This statistic was shared by GPS providers. A new First Responders Alliance has been formed to address the escalating threats of car theft, personal crime, and public safety. And with vehicle theft usually accompanying crimes such as kidnappings, GPS tracking firms in TNT are sounding the alarm. So far, 4 companies have joined the association, led by Air Support Tactical Security Limited.
So now we realize, and listen, we need to break this threshold that we are hitting. We need to get more collaboration among ourselves, share more intelligence information among ourselves, because all of these things are going to help us as individuals, but they're going to help collectively the industry and the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago.
Barnes added the alliance is hoping to bridge the gap in first response since, according to him, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service does not have the capacity to keep up. On to some other news now. With thick sargassum seaweed plaguing Tobago's most popular beaches, Chief Secretary Folly Augustine assures cleanup efforts are already underway. Video footage from Store Bay showed beachgoers struggling to wade through the dense mat of seaweed, which stretched across much of the bay's surface. This morning, Augustine told the media that clearing operations began yesterday and will continue. He shared photos from Store Bay, Swallows, and Pigeon Point, noting that the island is currently experiencing neap tides, affecting cleanup at North Beach, Pigeon Point. However, he says they're employing strategies to remove the sargassum from in the water. Despite the mess, Augustine says the beaches remain open to the public. He added that the Division of Food Security will oversee cleanup. Well, so far, the effort has been managed using existing staff and URP workers with no extra expenditure. Let's take a short break. We'll be right back with Sport News.
Our world is filled with rhythm. Rhythm that's unapologetic, infectious, timeless. Rhythm is commitment in action. It's how we show up for each other with unrelenting support that goes the distance. Rhythm lives in the tiny beats of our most intimate moments and the seismic roars of our biggest achievements. Rhythm is resilience in motion. So even when things go out of sync, we do what it takes to bring the rhythm back. At Flow, we understand your rhythm because we live it. That's why we're dedicated to building a network as resilient as you, with a team of familiar faces working every day to keep you on beat. You're at the heart of everything we do, and our commitment is to keep your rhythm flowing, no matter what.
Get the best in affordable eyewear. Frames with blue filter lenses and eye exam, $399. Single vision lenses with transitions on designer frames, $799. Progressive transitions with designer frames, $1,399. Happening only at Seaview Optical. Affordable eye care for everyone.
Every day at the castle, long before we open our doors, our work begins. Our famous seasonings are mixed in advance. We select our fresh chicken parts and prep our delicious sides. Then we fire up the fryers and rotisserie oven. Everything is made with tasty local herbs, spices, and the same long-loved recipe since 1968. So when you come in, remember that we uphold our culture and our taste just for you. We are your Royal Castle.
Recession have you down? Don't lose hope. Head on down to Tire Clinic for the recession deals. That should big savings with our road hazard warranty on Dunlop, Sumitomo, and Falcon tires. Available at Tire Clinic, Cuba, Chaguanas, and Pleasant Park. Tire Clinic, a tire for every need. Call 636-8973 or 636-2958.
Welcome back in sport. Cricket. West Indies President Dr. Kishore Shallow is defending head coach Darren Sammy despite calls for him to be removed. The calls are coming in for Sammy's departure in the aftermath of their 3-0 defeat to Australia in the just concluded Test series that culminated in the home team being bowled out for 27. On the Mason and Gas radio show last evening, Dr. Shallow publicly gave Sammy a vote of confidence.
Sammy has my full backing as head coach to do the job currently. We look at a team, right, just coming up against an Australia, the strongest team, the best test team in the world,
where we actually challenged. I mean, most people who look at those games, the first game had our batsmen step up to the plate. We really could have done better and even won that game.
Dr. Shallow even asserted that Sammy is being unfairly criticized because of insularity, a claim that he is standing by.
Darren Sammy is a successful, as 2 World Cup victories as captain, he's a successful in that regard as Sir Clive Lloyd. Sir Clive would have obviously enjoyed greater success over a longer period of time. But Darren continues to get unfair criticism because he's from a small island.
Well, that's it for sport. It's back to a break.
Ready to turn heads and steal the spotlight? Then head to Rosari Bridal Couture, your all-in-one fashion destination for every celebration. From stunning bridal lehengas to simple everyday shalwas, sparkling jewelry, affordable kids wear, stylish Muslim clothing, and even puja essentials, we've got it all under one roof. Get free footwear with any bridal outfit and get free matching bangles with kids wear. Need the perfect fit? Our in-house tailor is here for you. We're open 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just take the Southern Highway to Brentwood, Chaguanas and call 723-9099 for more info. Rosari Bridal Couture, where fashion meets celebration, all inclusive.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry, premier insurance coverage for less.
If you could see what the future holds, you'd see that while things change, you've still got it. You are strong, resilient, inspiring, and you won't be defined by time. You'll own every minute of it because you were made for more. Discover how Alive multivitamins by Nature's Way help you age vibrantly.
A total of 95 Dominican nationals, 89 men and 6 women, were repatriated from the United States after completing prison sentences or legal proceedings for various offenses. The group arrived at the Las Americas International Airport in the Dominican Republic yesterday aboard a special flight chartered by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. Upon arrival, they were received by officials who then transported them to a facility where they will undergo identification, psychological assessments, and reintegration orientation. According to preliminary data, so far this year, over 1,200 Dominicans have been repatriated. Police in India have arrested a man in connection with the death of Forja Singh, the world's oldest marathon runner, in a hit-and-run case. According to police, the accused, Amritpal Singh Dillon, was driving a speeding SUV when he struck the 114-year-old British-Indian runner. Singh sustained critical injuries and died shortly after being taken to hospital. The incident took place in the northern state of Punjab on Monday, where Singh was out on his afternoon walk. Singh, a global icon, set records by running marathons across multiple age categories, including when he was over 100. He began running at 89 and ran 9 full marathons between 2000 and 2013 when he retired. Time to check in with Jean-Marc Rampersad for the weather forecast.
And a sunny morning over both islands with temperatures quickly getting up to 30 degrees Celsius by 10 a.m. We can expect these conditions to continue for the majority of this afternoon. However, a tropical wave is expected to bring some showers from tonight, beginning over Tobago at first, then Trinidad during the early hours of tomorrow morning. The odd heavy shower or thunderstorm is also possible, especially during the afternoon tomorrow. Elsewhere in the region, the disturbance in the Gulf of Mexico still has a 40% chance of development, according to the National Hurricane Center. Now, regardless of development, heavy rainfall and flash flooding are likely for Florida and neighboring states.
Thank you so much, Jean-Marc, and thank you for joining us for a look at the day's developments so far. We'll have these stories and so much more coming up for you in a Midday Newscast at 7 p.m. today. Until then, have a great day.